Money and guild points are incredibly important in Monster Hunter Wilds. Money is used to craft the equipment that you use to defeat the monsters that you fight, and guild points are used in a variety of different ways, from accessing the ability to create camps to getting items from certain NPCs, as well as resting at those camps and changing the weather and the way that the game's dynamics work. As a result, getting enough of this in order to use certain things and certain features in the game is very important. However, we've found a way that you can near endlessly farm this resource without even touching a single monster. Now what you're going to have to do is head on over to the Scarlet Forest. Now you can see here from the map we are in section 8 and we need to find the underground lake camp, where again you're going to need to set up a camp here. But to give you an idea of where it is, you can see the location that we're at here, and there's a waterfall that is just over in this direction. And this camp and this location is inside here, so you're going to want to go in here, head up here, and then create the camp from this point on. So now that you're in location, you're going to have to equip your capture now. And what you're going to do is fire it in the water at the fish that you can see. Now, the main one to prioritize is the platinum fish, and that is for two reasons. The first one being that it gives greater guild points for catching it. The second is that it offers a better item in the form of the platinum scale, and that'll be important in a little minute. But essentially, aim it at the fish, and if you have two fish in your sights and you land it right, you will catch both of them. Now, while this is happening, you can then go to the other side of the room, follow the on-screen instructions that you see swimming underwater, and there is a secondary part of this pool, which typically actually has more fish in it than the other one, and it's where I tend to get most of my captures from. Now, catch these fish, and then at this point you are going to want to fast travel, because essentially the fish will need to respawn. And as I said, if you miss any of the fish, then they will flee and run off, and then it's not really that important. But yeah, fast travel to a different location, and this is going to reset the spawn, essentially. Now, you can fast travel to a different location in the same area. I prefer to fast travel to somewhere like the Windward Plains, and that's more because there is a potential for some cool items in Windward Plains depending on the phase of the moon, but that's for another video. But essentially, yes, head back to the underground cave and you will find that the fish have respawned. Now, if they have not respawned, that is sometimes because it takes a little while for them to come out of their little hidey hole. So wait around a little minute. There are several things that you can gather in the nearby area to occupy that time. There's some ore, there's some mushrooms, there is the underwater beautiful Aquatica, which you can also trade in for things like food items that you can use for making meals and whatnot. And then once the fish respawn, capture them again, because quite often when they do respawn, they respawn in a big clump, which allows you to catch pretty much like 4 or 5 fish in the one go, which, as you can imagine, is a lot more efficient. But yeah, once you've caught them, head back over to the other side, rinse, repeat the same process over and over again, and this is going to gather you up a lot of zenny and a lot of guild points. Now, you might be wondering, yeah, we're getting guild points from capturing them, but where's the money come in? And that is from a very important thing when you're catching these golden fish and these platinum fish. They give you typically a golden scale and a platinum scale. If you go to an NPC that you can sell items to, you can sell each of these for 1000 zenny and 2000 zenny respectively. And what you're seeing on screen is how much I earned in just 15 minutes. It's quite a lot of cash that will allow you to continue to make more and more items. But yeah, that is pretty much it. This method is not necessary, you know, you can make a lot of zenny and a lot of guild points by just doing the usual Monster Hunter things of beating the crap out of monsters. But if you're ever needing some quick cash, and there's a very specific amount that you need, then instead of waiting 15 minutes, 20 minutes to fight a monster and kill them, depending on, you know, the level you're at and the gear that you're using, this is a very quick method to get some easy cash, which will allow you to make and buy whatever you need. And as I said, it's just something that you can do. It's not something that you necessarily need to do. Either way, guys, that is today's video. Hopefully it has been informative and it's helped you guys out. And we will catch you next time in the Forbidden Lands. Have fun, guys.